Hey guys, it's Traeh and happy Natural Hair Horror Story Week, Christmas edition. Okay, so as you guys know, I am filming back-to-back natural hair horror stories for you guys all the way up until Christmas, and Christmas is coming up so freaking soon. Make sure that you check out yesterday's natural hair horror story and the day before that. Just go and binge watch all of the natural hair horror stories. I have them all on a playlist so you can kick back or relax and just enjoy because they get pretty crazy. We had stylists sneaking relaxers in people's hair. Just recently we had a cousin secretly cut her cousin's hair out of jealousy. We had stylists sneaking in keratin treatments. We just had a whole bunch of craziness in these natural hair horror stories, so you just gotta go and watch them because it gets real. So today is going to be another crazy one, so brace yourself, okay? Brace yourself. But if you guys are new, welcome. I do a series here on my channel where I allow you guys to email me your craziest natural hair horror story, and I feature it here on my channel. So if you have a horror story that you would like me to feature, definitely email me at sendtotraeh@gmail.com. The only thing I ask is that the email is detailed and that you try to include pictures if possible. So yeah, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's just jump into it. Alright y'all, so the email says, "Hi Traeh, I love your channel and congratulations on your beautiful new baby girl. Thank you so much." So it says, "This series of events happened 2 days before my high school graduation a couple of years ago. For my graduation, my mom and I decided it was best that I get a sew-in. Even though my hair was a good length to just get a blowout, I decided it was best to get the sew-in so my hair wouldn't be a frizzy mess by the end of the outside graduation. Georgia humidity ain't no joke. I went to a hair salon I had been going to for a while, and the lady who I had saw the last time I went was doing someone else's head. I'll call her Lisa. Since Lisa was with another customer, I sat down in another lady's chair that had a good review from Lisa. I'll call the other lady Monica. When Monica first started braiding my hair, I felt the usual tightness, so I wasn't really worried about that. She was braiding my hair into a spiral, so the last bit of my hair was a long braid hanging down from the crown of my head. As Monica kept getting closer to the crown of my head, the tightness of the braids was getting a little too uncomfortable. But I still didn't say, oh my gosh. If you've been here long enough, you know where this story is leading to. Okay, you already know. You already know. I don't even need to say it. You know. We're here. We're here with it. But I still didn't say anything because I thought that I was just overreacting. And I also wanted to look good for my graduation. Y'all, we talked about this. I mean, this happened way before horror stories were even a thing on my channel. But future reference, beauty should not be painful, okay? Should not hurt to look good, okay? It just shouldn't. Mind you, she was also the type of beautician that can braid pinch hair, which is hair that can only be pinched and not really gripped because it is so short. Since she was used to braiding pinch hair so much, she was braiding my hair too tight when it didn't need to be. Oh, here we go. When Monica finally started sewing in the tracks, that is when it went from being uncomfortable to excruciating pain. It wasn't just my crown anymore, but my entire scalp. I told Monica that my scalp was hurting, so she loosened the sewing a little bit. That didn't help. After about another 10 minutes, I was bawling my eyes out in Monica's chair, and I've never cried while getting my hair done. The pain was so bad that I began stuttering and shaking from crying so much. Oh my gosh. The pain was so bad that I began stuttering and shaking from crying so much while trying to talk to Monica and Lisa. Lisa thought my allergies acting up was the cause of my scalp being so sensitive to the braid spiral, and that must have been the cause of my scalp hurting. But it wasn't. It was because Lisa braided my hair too dang tight. Then she suggested some pain reliever, but we didn't have any. The more I sat there, the worse the pain got. I finally had enough, and Monica put a plastic cap over my head, and I went over to the drugstore that was the next place down from the salon. Mind you, Monica hadn't fully installed the sewing yet, so my braids were showing through the plastic cap, and some of the tracks were hanging out of the cap as well. So I was walking to the store, and inside the store with my braids showing through my plastic cap. Half of my tracks was hanging out and crying my eyes out. I was in so much pain that in the beginning I didn't care if I looked like a fool walking into that drugstore. When I bought the Aleve, the cash register man was looking at me like I was halfway crazy because I was still crying. I got back to the salon and the Aleve didn't work. We didn't know what else to do, so I finally told Monica to just take out the tracks and undo the braid spiral. Girl, when she took that spiral out, I felt like I could finally breathe. I called my mom and we decided that I'd just get a blowout done on my natural hair by Lisa the next day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me brace myself. The next day we tried the sewing again. Oh my gosh. After all of that, you're trying the sewing again? Why in the heck would you try to get the sew-in again? She braided it tight yesterday, so she's gonna braid it tight today. Nothing gonna change. Why would you get, oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep on reading. The next day we tried the sewing again because my mom and I knew the humidity would have messed up my hair on graduation day. This time I went to Lisa. Oh, okay. This time I went to Lisa instead of Monica. But even still, we were in so much pain yesterday from braids. I wouldn't have even got braids the next day. I wouldn't have even wanted braids. If I was stuttering and shaking from the braids, I would not be putting myself back through it. I don't care who did it. Anyway, this time I went to Lisa instead of Monica and my head felt fine at the end. Of course, I felt the usual tightness that comes with a sew-in, but it was nowhere near like the previous day and it was bearable. Lisa also braided my hair a different way instead of the spiral, so there was not so much tension on my crown. In the end, I got the sew-in and it looked good at my graduation the next day. The thing is that months later, I realized sections of my crown were shorter than the rest of my hair. I wasn't bald, but it was noticeable in my opinion, even though my mom said it wasn't. I think it was because of this Monica situation and a previous situation that happened a few months before at the same salon. Different location though. When I got a sew-in and the other lady installed it too tight on my crown also. Even though Lisa didn't make it too tight or pull out my hair when I went back the next day, I decided that would be my last sew-in and I haven't been back since. Since then, my hair has been thriving, but my crown is not the same length as the rest of my hair. It's a good length now, so I'm debating on getting my hair cut to the length of my crown. And the natural hair salon I go to now does sew-ins, so if I were to get another one, it'll only be there since they haven't messed up my hair. Quay. Alright, Quay, so we talked about this before multiple times, plenty of times here on my channel. We talked about if the style is too tight to the point where you're crying, you have to take medicine, you have a headache, and if you're shaking and stuttering, it's way too tight. It's way too tight, and you don't need to have that style installed in your hair. You don't need to get that style done to your hair at all. Period. You don't let a few days pass hoping that it'll loosen up. You don't pop your leave, take a nap, and just hope that it's better when you wake up. No, you don't do that. Even though the style may loosen up and it'll stop hurting, your hair might be damaged from all of that tension being put on your hair, and you don't want that. That's how you guys end up having bald spots, losing your edges, having your hair thinning in the middle. Like, that's the cause, okay? That's the cause of it. You said that you were in excruciating pain and you were shaking and stuttering and bawling your eyes out. And all of you guys thought that the best thing to do in that situation was to just go get some Aleve. That was not the best move. She should have just nixed the whole braiding, sewing idea and just styled your hair differently. Because putting all of that tension on your hair to the point where you're shaking, you're literally in the chair shaking, it's never that serious. I know you wanted to look cute before your graduation. I know you said this happened, I believe you said 2 days before your graduation. So I know how important it was for you to look good and make sure that your hair is done nice. Because around that time it can be really stressful because you want everything to go right, but you don't want to put yourself in those types of situations because it's really not worth it. But I'm glad she decided to take the braids out instead of continuing with the style. But what gets me is the fact that you had it in your head, your mom and you and your mom said that you'll just go the next day and just get a blowout, but somehow you guys decided to just get Lisa or you decided to get the other stylist to try the whole sewing thing out again. I just would have been done with sew-ins. After that, I just would have been done personally with the whole sewing thing. You said you weren't in too much pain when she was doing your hair, just the usual tightness, but still I just wouldn't have put myself through that. But yeah, girl, I'm glad your hair is growing and it's thriving. If you do decide to go to that other salon and get another sew-in, please make sure that it's not causing you pain to that extent, because it's not worth it. I don't know how many times I have to say it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. And you don't want to end up like some of these other people in these other horror stories where they end up having infections and all of these different things happening to their hair just because of the braids being too tight. You don't want to deal with that at all. So if it's hurting you, don't get it done. Okay? If it's hurting you and you already got it done, take it out. Your styles should not be causing you that much discomfort to the point where you're bawling your eyes out. It's just no. It's just no. No. But thank you so much, Quay, for sharing your natural hair horror story with us. You guys have to let me know if you've ever experienced going to a stylist and then braiding your hair too tight, because I do recall when I used to get my hair braided, it would hurt, but it wouldn't hurt that bad. It wouldn't hurt that bad. But let me know if you've ever experienced something like this. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this horror story. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another crazy horror story. Bye, guys.